All right, tonight is the night. It is Thursday, and big things are happening tonight. Actually getting Project Zero brought back to the home garage, which we have here. Doing a little bit of shuffle, trying to get things a little more friendly for fitting the car in here for some work and construction and everything else involved. As you can see in the background, I put a new beam in here in the garage, which gives me the luxury of not having a jack post in the center of the garage. Originally, right here, I had a jack post and there was a multi-piece wooden beam that ran from the front to the back of the garage. So we've got things a little more structural now, a little safer, and more room without having that in the middle. You can't open a door when you get a car in here, or you have to be very creative whereabouts is parked, forwards, backwards, side to side. So gonna do a little more shuffle around here, get things cleaned up, and car should be here shortly. Odd tires. Oh. I'm gonna kick the compressor on. You don't want flat tires on the trailer. This is a nice beam. Padded for your head safety. It's colder in your garage.
Oh, that's Jordan.
That's very nice. I just put this back on today. I did the little beam that up last night. Brush.
Sweet. You got lots of room.
It's not bad. I've cleared.
Yeah.
There's a little more that I want to kind of sort through and shuffle, but there.
Never had to put these so narrow.
Special delivery. Don't scratch it.
No, I hit the trailer.
Oh, just brassing it. It's a little dark here. We have one Project Zero on the trailer. Got Infamous under there, working hard. Trying to get to that flat tire.
Actually, it's not as flat with the strap off now. Just put some air in it.
The air hose is right there.
I'm trying to see where the valve stem is. It's on the tire. You know that. What are you looking for? There it is. That's where I would always look. It's like in the worst spot possible. It's never going to be in a good spot.
All right, we'll get that sorted
Should put the other
here in a minute. Yeah, maybe this will be easier then, because I'll flip it on its side and have the rails in our screen.
Girl.
Okay, now we actually scratched it. Oh, the wheel fell right off. Chris, your suffering connector separated.
That was the weak one. Alright, I'll hold this one. Oh, there's the wheel back, Dale.
I was like, why are we freewheeling here all of a sudden? Might have malfunctioned.
Apparently that one wasn't soft enough to take the blow.
Where did it even scratch it? That aeromotive doesn't even scratch.
Probably not. I have to touch it up anyways. Who cares? I'm over it. That was a pretty good adventure though.
Let's put some weight on.
Okay, we're good. Jack stand to the rescue.
Nice.
That was good.
Looks good in here.
So Project Zero is officially back in the home shop here. Got it rolled in, had a little malfunction with a caster, but other than that, that was just infamous as shady carpentry work. Had a little revision come apart. So I actually have some full pneumatic casters on here. They're from Princess Auto, Canadian equivalent to Harbor Freight. And they're not very good. So these actual braces here that come down, they bend. The axles in here, where the wheel bolts to it, the actual rim on the hub here starts to bend. So they're warped and don't roll very nice. One of them was actually so warped that it blew apart. Popped the tire or the tube. And so we had a temporary put on there. And unfortunately it just wasn't super secure, so it came apart. But try and get some different casters on there, get it all revised, and then we'll have our dolly assembly for the garage here. And then I'm actually going to build a car flipper, which is going to attach on the bumper brackets. It's going to be a kind of a makeshift rotisserie that won't lift the car up too high so that we can actually flip it on its side. I have low ceiling height here. I'm 6.5 feet, and as you can see, we're pretty close to the floor joists here. So try and keep the car as low as we can. And then I actually have to do some structural work. So as you can see in this floor along here, we have some spot welds that are drilled out. And I'm sure you've noticed in some of the videos before too, this section of the floor is cut out. So we need a little bit of attention here. The previous owner, who had the car for quite some time, mentioned that the people he got it off of tried to actually start making it into a drag car. So they cut the frame rail out with intentions to do a 2x4 box back half of the frame there, and luckily he was able to get it before it got destroyed. Well, not necessarily destroyed, but with a car like this, it's nice to since it's never been built, build it back up as more of a factory style. So he was able to get it off of them, and then I have the daunting task of doing a frame rail. We've also got part of the upper torque box on the right side is missing the tabs for the control arm. I'll attach some footage of that. And I've got an upper torque box kit going there as well from Wild Rides. It's going to be a bit of work before I get to actually start bolting suspension parts on here, and I'll have to paint the bottom afterwards as well. I did get it primed. I didn't end up doing the paint just because it's on the skid and it's kind of hard to reach up through there. So once we get it flipped, I'll touch up any spots that need any more primer, and then I'll actually paint the bottom side of the car. And inside that frame rail before it goes on as well, I got a brand new frame rail from National Parts Depot and subframe connectors. So be able to put them on. The car's never had any twisting or anything like that. So it'll actually be really nice to put them on before actually even bolting anything to it, because it's going to be as straight as can be. And then I can finally start putting suspension, the front K-member. I got one of those last week. I wasn't really wanting to use the one off the donor car because it was hit pretty good and not sure if it's bent or not. So I just got a known good one, really clean. I'll put that in there, and then we actually have engine and transmission sitting over there. So hopefully within the next month I can get this together, mocked up, and then because this car has actually never been built, it's never had a VIN number. So I do have to go through some different tasks and jump through some hoops with our Department of Transportation, or MTO, and structural safety is required, as well as a traditional safety, which we require here in Ontario before putting a car on the road. And it has to be done by the end of 2020 if I want to actually have this labeled as a 2020 model year. So they will build you a VIN on a car that will be classified as reassembled, because it is a factory body, so it's not a kit car. And they will build part of the VIN. I actually get to pick a certain amount of numbers in the VIN, or characters within the VIN as well, and then they do it as a reassembled. They put the year on your title, the year that the vehicle is completed. So if I can have this done by the end of this year, it can be labeled as a 2020 Foxbody Mustang, which I think is pretty cool.